Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming. Hopefully everybody enjoyed breakfast. I wanted to start off by just giving a little bit of history, okay, so basically I was brought up a poor dude. We were homeless a lot. Might have been a little drugs and alcohol in there. I cannot confirm or deny that. But at a point, I got into the gem and jewelry industry, which is why I put this picture up a few minutes ago. I met this gal at a, should have had that up already. So I met this woman at a Fred Meyer store at a copy machine. And she was a gem cutter. And I was a single father with a little boy. And she felt sorry for me and decided that she would teach me how to be a gem cutter. And so that's how I got into the gem industry, which is what I did for about 30 some odd years. And then I kind of retired from that in 2008. And about that time I decided I wanted to do something. Because I was brought up really poor, I decided what I think I should do is try to help others. And so I created programs to help others. Now before that I used to donate to a lot of nonprofits. And the idea was that no matter how much I donated, they always needed more. So I was trying to find a way that I could help them raise funds. And and a lot of times they depend on business owners. So how many people have been asked to donate to a nonprofit? And you know, you can't donate to everybody. But what if they sent you customers? Would you be willing to help them? And so that's the premise behind the BLT Values card. We give our cards that look something like that to the nonprofits. They sell with no upfront cost. They sell the cards for $25 to their supporters. The supporters, why am I doing that? Why am I saying that? Because this tells the whole story. Let's do this instead. Actually, I got two videos. Okay, come on. Today. Last week. Oh, no volume. Okay, well, it says, imagine you have a card that will save you money when shopping with local merchants, and a portion of your purchase will help fund your child's school, a nonprofit you support, or your church. Would you want to know more about those merchants? Perhaps view their website or social media pages? Tend to shop with those merchants instead of their competitors. Would you want to be one of those merchants? So introducing the BLT Values card. Why did that do that twice? Oh well, who cares? Schools, churches, and charitable organizations often rely on local merchants for support. In order to provide that support, these merchants need to make sales. To make sales, merchants often try several advertising options, hoping to find one that will reach the most citizens in their community. BLT Values offers ways to unite community support for schools, churches, and nonprofit organizations with results-based advertising for local merchants. Here's how BLT Values will improve commerce and help schools, churches, and nonprofits raise funds. BLT Values provides cards with no upfront cost to schools and nonprofits. They sell the cards to their supporters. The supporters save money when shopping with local merchants. Local merchants pay for their advertising after making sales. And BLT Values provides funds to help support the schools or nonprofits. The BLT Values card will save shoppers money, increase merchant sales, and support our community. The concept of paying for your advertising after making sales is incredibly unique. The one-time investment for BLT Values participation changed. It's $195, and a minimal advertising fee is charged only after sales are made. Okay, we did that already. Go away. Okay, so let's see here. And so we have a few merchants that have already signed up. We're in the process of getting it going. And so for example, smoke and swine barbecue sauce. Actually, I'll have Ed talk about that.
Good morning. He mentioned this to me, and Smoke and Swine Barbecue House signed up so that they can support local nonprofits and find new customers. Because the best way to get a customer is to have them try your product. So we get them to try. And in case you haven't done it yet, our sauce is over there on the table, and it goes real good with sausages and eggs. And anyway, we offer a 20% discount to any of BLT members. As a matter of fact, for this group, we're going to offer that 20% discount until noon on Thursday of next week. So if you're interested, contact me. I've got cards here, and you can get the sauce, try it, and save money, and we will help support local nonprofits.
Okay, and then we have Randy Reason. He does two things. So let's start with this one.
So I joined BLT Values because I figured it's a great way to get customers without actually having to pay for the customers until I make the sale. So then you make the sale, then you pay a little bit of the percentage back to BLT Values for sending them the customer. And then, of course, a portion of that goes to help local charities and organizations. So at Reason's World Taekwondo Academy, I offer 40% savings on their first month of Taekwondo lessons. And then if they want to continue, then I'll offer a continuous 15% thereafter. I also own an investment company where if you buy 2 contracts, which that doesn't mean much to you right now, but if you buy 2 of them for $100 each, you get a third one for free. And then 3 contracts, when they mature in 3 years, is worth $100,000 profit to you. But if you get 2, you get 1 for free. And also same thing for Salem Chamber members. I'll offer these to you guys even if you're not a part of BLT Values for the next 2 weeks if you come to Taekwondo or the investment contracts. So.
And I had your thing wrong up there. It says save 20%. For if anybody was reading.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh well, sometimes I just don't get things done. Anyway, so any questions about how this program works? Oh, Tim. It's terrible when you're blind in one eye and walk into stuff.
Tim, right here, right behind you.
Hey man, love your heart for supporting businesses and nonprofits. Just a quick question, like how do you track the sales?
Oh, on the back of all the cards, I guess I should get a card. We have swipe technology. So there's basically 3 or 4 different ways you can actually track this. You can either use our swipe technology, you can just keep a list of the sales you made. And the other way you can do it is I think you can go online. I'm not sure we can still do that yet, but I think you can go online to process as well. So the easiest way, of course, is to keep tabs on it. Now, one of the things I probably forgot to mention is if you have a nonprofit, for example, or a school is trying to raise funds, what we do is we give you the cards. Now, all the cards are trackable. So we know who sold which card. So when you pay us, we keep a third. We give a third for the salesperson, and then we give a third to the nonprofit. So the thing could be a constant income for them as they get used with the people. So if you knew that you would, okay, so you know the cards the kids used to sell for their sports teams? I'd buy those things, and I'd look at the back of the card, I'd throw the card on the ground, I'm done. I mean on my desk, sorry, I didn't throw it on the ground. The last time a kid came to my door, I bought the card for 20 bucks. I gave him the card back. Because I knew I wasn't gonna use it. But if I knew that every time I was using that card with the merchants, I would save a little money and help support a cause in my community, can everybody see where they would probably do that? So anyway, I guess did that answer the question? Yeah. So one thing I forgot, if the person does not have a tracking method, there's let's say you went out and you were doing sales somewhere and somebody came up with a card, like you were doing an event and you wanted to honor the thing, you could just write down the amount of sale, it's on the honor system, you would pay us, And then we would put that into a general fund where we would help support groups like, well, Paralyzed Veterans of America. So anyway, or other groups. Anyway, any other questions, or is it clear as mud? Wow. There's one over here. Oh, they were on my blind side, I didn't see. Oh, here you go, Ed.
How do you select which nonprofits you support?
They just come and ask us. You know, anybody who we think has a worthy cause, like Paralyzed Veterans, if the Scottish Rite Center, if they wanted to get involved. It's just groups that we think are, that can see the value of doing what we do. And then we give them the cards, again, with no upfront cost. Once we get 30 people signed up, we'll make up a sheet that will go out with the cards, with people's QR codes on it, a brief description of what they do, and their offer. And so that way, when the kids go to the door, if we're talking about kids, they stand a much greater chance of selling that card. So, and then again, once they sell it, they pay us $5. You don't do it right away, but like on a month basis. And then what happens is they make $20 to start with. Oh, I forgot to mention the other cards the kids sell. At this point, they cost $12.50, and they got to pay that up front, and they sell them for $25. With ours, they make money right up front, and they will continue making money when the merchants use their cards. There we go. Well, I forgot to mention one other thing. If you're a member of the chamber and you want to sign up for this program, it's going to be only $95 today. And if you're interested, you just give me your card, and I'll get in touch with you. Or you can just sign up online, but you can't pay online because I don't have a $95 payment option. But the other price is, normally it's going to be $195. It was $295. I changed it because I wanted to make it more affordable. So anyway.
We got another question back here.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm just curious, do you have a list of current businesses that are part of it?
Yeah, like I said, we're just getting ready to fire up. And so these are the 6. I was kind of hoping Marcia would be here, but she had a doctor's appointment. Swipe Pay, I haven't heard from him in a while. So we only have 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. Yep, that's it. And so when I get 30, then we'll print up the thing and we'll start distributing cards. So anybody's interested in getting cards, if you have a nonprofit, just let me know. And again, this is like risk-free to the nonprofits. So anyway, any other questions? Or is it still clear as mud? Yes?
Okay, what kind of businesses would benefit the most from this program?
Okay, so let's say you were a photographer, for example. And let's say you had a little margin in your photography. And let's say you that you were looking for more customers. And you didn't want to pay for advertising, you just wanted to, get the customers coming in. Well, what you would do is you would offer a savings on to the card holders. The card holders would come in, they would get their savings, and then what would happen is that you would pay us for the sale after you made it. And so that way it's a no risk to the business owner sale. The only thing they risk, if it was today, is the $95. And it doesn't have to be today,
Yeah.
Today's Friday, I'm gonna go home and not think. Did that answer the
Question right
question?
back here.
You probably already answered this, but so when we hit you up and say, hey, we want to do part of your business, how do we know that the customer actually went through you and said, just, whatever, I'm just going to dip off and go to Jiffy?
Well, we're also going to have a loyalty program attached to that. So the people are going to want to get their cards processed. So, but the rest of it, if you don't have a way to process, we just have to trust you.
No, what I'm asking is, if the customer opens up your magazine, opens up your website, sees my ad, but decides to just not use your magazine and just go straight to my website, how are you getting credit?
I guess we're not. Because bottom line is that if you're offering something better to other people, then again, we do link your website to, I forgot to even show you that, all right? So let's go to Smoke and Swine. We just click the little picture here, and sometime this week, there we go. And so that's one of the things we do, which I forgot all about. And if somebody wanted to know something about like Randy's program, you just click on here and there you go. So the information is on the website about what it is, and it also tells you, you can also click this and go to his website, but I prefer to use the picture so I can show people, isn't that cool? Anyway, so that's one of the things we do. Now, again, this program is primarily based on trust. I mean, if you would put yourself in the place where I am doing something because I want to help my community, then you would just say, okay, well, I can't really track this card, but I want to do something to help. So you'll go ahead and pay for the advertising after making the sale, and we'll put that in the general fund, and the general fund will go to help support causes. So it'll always go back out to somebody. But if you do have the ability, then we can track where the card came from.
I have a question.
Oh.
So do you get to pick the nonprofit you want the money to go to?
No, the card picks it. So for example, thanks. So whoever issued the card gets to pick the nonprofit. So, but that's actually a good question. So like, let's say for example, you were unable to track and you said, I really want my card going to B17 Alliance, or my payments going to B17 Alliance. Then we could just put that on the website, that the percentage of payment will just go to you. Because if you can't track, you want people to know, so your supporters can get the card, they can come and maybe get a savings on going to the museum or something like that. Might also get people to go out and do something riveting.
All right, we don't have any more time for questions, but if you guys have any more, please come and find them after we're done. Oh, you got something quick? I
was gonna say, so if you're a business owner that has a service, you might have more flexibility in the savings that you can offer people. So like, for example, my Taekwondo business, I can offer, 40%. If you have a product though, you might not have that flexibility as much in the savings. Or if you're representing another company, you might not have that flexibility. But if you're an owner of a business, especially with the service, then you might have a lot of room to offer, some more savings for the customers to get them in the door. So
this program is designed to get them in the door and keep them coming back. And by the way, before we go back, I just want to thank David again for breakfast.